Hey, hey you, stranger. Ever woke up after a rough night full of partying and you didn't remember a thing? I have something that might help you with that. Ever heard of mnemonic techniques? No? These are advanced tricks that will help you remember things. No more wandering into a room with a distinct aim, but without knowing what said aim actually was. The so-called mind palace is one of those techniques. But I'm not only here to tell you about tricks for your brain. I'm here to tell you about games. And since I've tried to establish in my previous videos that we can learn things from video games, well, here I go teaching again. Bandai Namco and Dontnod Entertainment are going to release a game called Twin Mirror in 2019 that has incorporated some interesting tweaks to the investigation factor of adventure games. You will slip into the role of journalist Sam, who returns to his hometown after a hard breakup. There, after a rough night, he wakes up in his hotel room without memory of the past evening and finds his shirt to be bloody. Being a journalist, he obviously wants to know what happened the night before, and Sam has some nice tricks up his sleeve to accomplish this task. Because Sam seems to be a mnemonic mastermind, he uses the power of his self-built mind palace to reconstruct the events of his return to the hotel room and to investigate even further.
My old mind palace. I haven't seriously used this place in ages. Desperate times, though. I need to think through what happened last night logically. Time to dust off the cobwebs and put that gray matter to use.
Wanna know why this is cool? It's because this mind palace is actually a real thing. People all around the globe use it to memorize vocabulary, maps or historical events, for example. It works pretty much the same way a neatly managed inventory helps librarians find the right book in a 10 x 20 foot bookshelf. But it's all inside of your head. It's an imaginative building you constructed in your mind. Inside of that building, you set furniture, which you give certain attributes of things you want to remember. For example, in one corner of the first room attributed with evening activities, you put a shelf with many drawers. One drawer will be attributed to the events of the past night. And as you progress cutting to even tinier categories such as how did I even get into my room, your mind will start adjusting to the paths you chose and not the wall of information you cannot deduce. That way, you can always remember the path you went and will eventually land on the information you are looking for. Sam has mastered this technique up to a point where he even has an imagined persona leading him through his mind palace and helping or detaining him from investigating some dark mysteries in his hometown. But Sam's mind palace looks like an absolutely scattered world. It's not a clear building, it's more of a wide space with rocks floating in the air. As he builds bridges between these blocks, he walks the path of his memory. I think this displays the memory loss and sun trauma he suffers from, and as he progresses unveiling the events, he will rebuild his pensive home. This is also a perfect visualization for the individual layout this technique can be displayed with. Your mind palace is your own place. There's not one in the world like it. Let's see if they will incorporate this idea in a well-balanced manner. It sure has the potential to become not another Superman Vision-like investigation game that would fall into the oblivion of critics bashing on its unimaginative mechanics.